Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Christine. I'm gonna do bi-weekly wrap-up. Couldn't film last week. It was just too many people around. And so I'm also gonna try and do my TBR for November, even though it's the 12th. Yeah. So you have to bear with me because I have to use my tablet and I haven't really used it much the last 2 months. So it's slow and it lags. So I can't remember where I left off of what I read last time I did a weekly wrap up. So I think it was Shadow Fever by Cara Marie Moning. So I'm going to start with Weeping on Wednesday by Ann Purser. It's book 3 in the Lois Mead mystery series. And it's about a woman who owns a cleaning service in England. She finds dead bodies, but this one was different because the murder happened differently. So I gave that one a 4 because it was better than the first one, or the previous one. I'm going to try and go through these very quickly. The next one I read was The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. I did like the fact that it's an actual underground railroad. It's about a girl and a boy who ran away, but mainly it's from the girl's perspective. I gave it a 3, I think. Because there were some gruesome parts. But I felt that the author was using the N-word a little too much. I know that was the time it was done and said a lot, but it almost felt like he was overusing it. Not sure why, but it just had that feeling. So then I finished Cat with a Clue by Laurie Cass. It's book 5 in the Bookmobile Cat Mysteries. She runs a bookmobile service out of the library. She does have an extra job duties right now in this book, and she brings a cat. For everybody loves the cat on the Catmobile. What was this one? Oh yeah, there's a body that is found in the library, and they can't figure out how she got in there because there was no break-in. And then I finished Sandra Brown's Texas Lucky, book 1 in the Texas Tyler family saga. I think I gave this a 4. If it would load. Nope, 3. There was a bit of a mystery, yes. A fire. Said my review is not sure why, but I think something was missing. Maybe it was that the romance could have been fleshed out a bit more, just can't put my finger on it. I did enjoy the writing and the characters, but they might have been a bit flat for me. Just not sure. I like the storyline, and we'll read the next one. So it is... middle children were born to rebel. Lucky Tyler was true to type. Devin is the girl and Lucky is the boy, and I honestly can't remember much of it. If I had to give sharing the name, I'm blanking right now, so that's probably why I gave it a 3, because it's not sticking. Then I finished Joe Hill's Strange Weather, and it's 4 different stories. His writing is a lot like his dad's, who is Stephen King, in case you didn't know. It just brought back memories of reading like different seasons, and what was the other one? I don't know if I read 4 Past Midnight. But the only one I didn't really like, what was the name of it? Loaded. Yeah, there was a security guard who really liked guns. Aloft. It's about a kid who goes for a parachute jump in memoriam in memory of a friend that had died very quickly of, I think, cancer. And they jump and he gets stuck on a cloud. It was weird. I didn't really like that one. The next one was Debbie May Comer's Christmas Letters. It's Blossom Street 3.5. This one is about a girl who likes to write everybody's Christmas letters. They give her some information and she writes them. And her sister is obsessed with this one psychologist who wrote a book about letting kids have their way because they know what's right. And she gets into it with them. So I thought it was hilarious. It was a really quick read. I gave that a 4. Yeah. Then I finished Rita Mae Brown's Mrs. Murphy 26, A Hiss Before Dying. I believe I gave this a 2 or a 3. Come on now. A 3. I missed the original characters and the way the cats were with the dog. The animals are now just side characters. They bicker a lot. They insult each other a lot. The other characters are just on their soapboxes and their political agendas. And it's just not the same. She used to be fun-loving. Now she's very serious. And I'm talking about Harry, the main character. So it's just, I don't know. And it's dual timeline too. It goes back in the 1800s to, yeah, it's just, I know it's, I think, another 5 or 6 books of that. So I will deal. And then the second last book I finished was her Halloween treat. It's book 1 of Men at Work, and this was spicy. Oh boy, was it spicy. A girl comes back to her hometown after discovering that her boyfriend was cheating on her with his wife. She didn't know he was married. So she goes back to her hometown because her brother's getting married on her birthday, which is Halloween. And meets up with and finds that their cabin has been fully renovated and he is the person renovating it. And boy, does it get spicy. I gave that a 4. And then the last book I read or finished was book 6 in the Quintessential Quintuplets. It's a manga. It is my son's favorite anime and manga series, so he wanted me to read them so he can watch the show with me. It was a thing that we were going to do while I was sick and laid up. I had only managed to read the first 5 books in 14. The first season is the first 4 books. And the second season, because there's only 2 seasons, are the other 7 books. Wait, I can do math. Yeah, 9 books. I had to make sure it was the first 4 that were, So, we only got, we're 2 or 4 episodes shy of the first season done. Anyways, it's about 5 quintuplets that are failing school, and he gets hired on as their tutor. And then it switches to future where he's marrying one of them, but you don't know which one it is. So, that is book 6. Why is this one not in there? Okay, that's stupid. For some reason, my red shelf is showing a book that I'm currently reading as finished. So, the second book I read, or the next book I read or finished, was Her Naughty Holiday by Tiffany Reese. It's Men at Work, book 2, and it is another spicy one. It is Clover. I just finished this the other day. Another contractor is working on some of the other cabins, that the previous book deals with. And Clover is somebody that has her own nursery, and a company wants to buy her out, so she has to decide. It happens over Thanksgiving, and he is the father of her employee, her 17-year-old employee. So they're in their 30s. It is spicy, but the daughter tries to get them together because she needs to have a secret fake boyfriend to deal with her family so that they don't ask questions on Thanksgiving. That's a 4 as well. And then the final book I finished was this one, Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune, and it's book 2 in the Cerulean Sea compilation. Or I don't know if it's just going to be a duology. I have a feeling it was, but it kind of left off where it could be continued. Anyways, Arthur and Linus have to go and try and fight to keep the kids, essentially. There needs to be more Linus and Arthur's in the world. There's a couple of quotes that I love. And yeah, so I finished that one, gave that one a 4. Some people said it dragged. I didn't find it dragged that much. So, currently reading. Put that away. Currently reading, I am reading Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. This is dragging. I'm not finding it all that interesting. I've been reading it for days. I'm only halfway through. Mind you, I don't have a deadline for this one. There's a deadline for another one that it's already overdue. So, I think everybody knows what this is. She goes to visit her cousin who's kind of acting crazy. Married. Weird family, weird house. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that one. But we're just going to put those over there. This one is House of Glass by Sarah Pekkanen. It is interesting. It's kind of a little slow. It's about a little girl who has gone mute after seeing her nanny fly, thrown, pushed out a window and lands beside her on the patio and dies. And they don't know who did it. It could be the mother, the father, the grandmother, her. So the lawyer that's in charge of the little girl also had mutism when she was traumatic mutism when she was a kid. So they figured that she's the only one who can kind of deal with her. It's kind of getting a little crazy, but I read a spoiler, so I know who did it, and I can't figure out how. So it was an accident that I read the spoiler. So I'm also reading Tommyknockers by Stephen King. Goodreads says I've already read it. I mean, I read it in high school, but there was a little glitch, so now I have to go back and fix it. Anyways, a woman is walking in her forest and behind her house and stumbles over something and starts digging it out and thinks it's an alien ship. And then things start to kind of happen. Like, she makes things using tons of batteries, a lot of batteries. She wrote a 400-page novel, she's an author, in 3 days while she's digging, because it telepathically records her thoughts. And then I'm reading Able Bodied by Karen Foley. It's book 2 in the Uniformly Hot series. And this one is, she starts off by really quickly moving away from her hometown, I guess, because people are after her. They had put money in this shelf system that she has, and I don't think she knows about it. And the cops are after her because it's the cops that put it there, but they're in with mafia a bit. And there was a scandal with her because they said she was a massage therapist with happy endings. She's not. She's a healer. She can lay her hands on you and heal you. That's about as far as I got so far. He is suffering from, he was in Afghanistan and he's got a hairline fracture in his foot, but he suffers from bad migraines because he's got head injury. So that is what I'm currently reading. Now to the TBR. So you know I do the triple RC challenge, which is the Romance Readers Reading Challenge. So there's 10 challenges a month. I'm also trying to do the A Million More Pages, and those are just like what are they called? Challenges. Wow, brain. And I didn't get much sleep last night. I've already had 2 coffees. The other one I'm doing is the 52-week challenge, 52 book club. So those I just kind of slot things in. Okay. Oh, I'm going to need this one again. Because I haven't started reading it, but it's in with... I put it in so it's easier to access. So, challenge 1 is Happy November Birthday. Read a book published in November or read a book with yellow on the cover. And for that one, I'm going to read Checkmate by Ali Hazelwood. I think it was the November, obviously, because there's no yellow on the cover, unless the other one... Unless the other cover had yellow on it. But anyways, if it's not a November read, then I'll switch it for a November read. I don't know much about this at all. Mallory Greenleaf is done with chess. Every move counts nowadays. After the sport led to the destruction of her family 4 years earlier, Mallory's focus is on her mom, her sisters, and the dead-end job that keeps the lights on. That is, until she begrudgingly agrees to play in one last charity tournament and inadvertently wipes the board with notorious king killer Nolan Sawyer, current world champion and reigning bad boy of chess. So, there's that one. The second one is November month-long observance, No Shave November. Read a book that includes a male character who is dealing with some sort of health issue, physical or mental. You may also read a book featuring a male cover model with facial hair. Well, he doesn't have any facial hair or any body hair, to be honest, but he is suffering from head trauma from Afghanistan. So there's that one. Number 3, featured author challenge, Sarah Mayberry. Oh, did I read a book by her, which is... Oh, I forgot to put that one in. Oh, back. So it's read an author by her, or a book by Sarah Mayberry, or any book that is set in Australia or New Zealand, a book shelved as contemporary romance on Goodreads, a book with a character who works in any media or entertainment industry, or a book by any romance award-winning author. And for this, I am reading The Last Goodbye, and it's book 1 in the Adamson Brothers series. I thought I had already read this one. I don't know. It sounds like a different book that I read. So, let's see. So that is just... She's a gypsy. She house sits for everybody. And while she's house sitting, there is this older gentleman next door who collapses, and she gets him to the hospital, finds out he's only got months to live. So she contacts his son, and his son and him have a very contentious relationship, but he does the right thing and comes back to help out, and then it goes from there. Challenge 4 is National Authors Day, November 1st, my birthday. Read a book where a character writes something, a letter, a book, etc. A book set in Illinois, or a book where a character attends some sort of club or society meeting. You can also read any book by popular favorite or new to you author. This is a popular author. She's also an author in the book, so I'm going with Tommy Knockers. And I'm only reading so many pages a day to drag this out for the whole month. So, yay. Challenge 5, Love Your Red Hair Day, November 5th. I'm also, reading Able Bodied. for challenge 38 of a million more pages. And Checkmate is also for challenge 52 for a million more pages. Mexican Gothic is for challenge 4 of a million more pages. And House of Glass is 16. So I got a bunch of them today. And 35 for the 52 books was Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Thought I'd put that in there before I forgot. I thought Tommyknockers was... Yes, Tommyknockers is also in there for the longest book. What challenge was that? Let's see. For... I know it was Sort Your... Here we go. Sort... let's see. I know it's one of the longest books. I can't remember which one it is. There it is, number 35. No. Oh yeah, 35 of a million more pages. 35 for the 52 is somewhere. So sort your TBR to show 50 books per page, and by number of pages, longest to shortest, pick one from the first page, which is the Tommyknockers. Okay, now back to this, the Triple RC. So, number 5, Love Your Red Hair Day, November 5th. Read a book that features a red-haired character. You can also read a book with red on its cover or with the letters of the word red anywhere in its title. And that is Death of a Gossip by M.C. Beaton. I have not read any of hers yet. This is a Hamish Macbeth mystery. It's book 1. And apparently she's got red hair. So, it's a cozy mystery. Challenge 6, National STEAM Day, November 8th. Read a book that has a child who enjoys learning, or a book with a character who has hobbies, works, or teaches in any of the STEAM fields. You can also read a book with a spy-like character or involves any sort of mission, in a nod to the Netflix STEAM original series Project MC2, or a book with the numbers 20 or 15 anywhere in its page count or publication day. So, this one... Oh, I did Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune. And I believe it was because it was the page count. Or publication year, 20. So in Challenge 7 is Play Monopoly Day, November 19th. Read a book with a main character who works in finance or owns either a residential or hotel property. You can also read a book with a wealthy main character, a book where the characters play a game, or a book that has anything in it resembling one of the Monopoly game tokens, boots, dogs, race cars, etc. So this one is Sale or Return Bride by Sarah Morgan. Okay. And it's billionaires. Rich characters. No, you can't really see that. So I'm pretty sure that's it for that one. Nope, it's not. Okay, so next one is Challenge 8, Thanksgiving US, because ours was in October, is November 28th. Read a book where characters celebrate Thanksgiving or meet with family, friends, or dinner. You can also read a book categorized on Goodreads as sports romance. Let's see. Where am I? To commemorate Thanksgiving Day football games, a book where a character eats any food typically associated with the holiday. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this going while I'm reading. Typically associated with a holiday, turkey, pie, potatoes, or a book with brown anywhere on its cover. And this one I'm doing Her Naughty Holiday, which I've already read. And it was book 2 in the Men at Work by Tiffany Reese. Takes place over Thanksgiving. And they do have a Thanksgiving dinner, but they don't really eat it. Family Feud. So, Challenge 9, Chemistry Week, UK, during the... read a book with a character who works at a medical, science, or manufacturing profession. You can also read a book set in any United Kingdom country, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. A book where someone takes an environmentally friendly action such as recycling, or a book with the numbers of 19 or 93 anywhere in its page count or publication year. I'm doing Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, and I think after these two books, I've read all of her books? Maybe. It's STEM. They all work. NASA. So. And finally, it is Reader's Choice, number 10. Read any book of your choice. So I'm reading In the Lives of Puppets by T.J. Klune. I think it's robots. It has to do with robots. Yep. So I'm also going to be picking up, because this comes in 2 box sets, the first 7 and then the second 7. So I'm going to read the number 7 of the quintessential quintuplets. And the author is Neji Haruba, or Neji Haruba. Haruba. So yeah, it's just, so I'm going to be reading that. And then I think this is for 1 million more pages. I think it has something to do with, nope, it's 52. The 52 books. It is challenge 51, related to the word wild. And it is A Wild Iris by Muriel Jensen. Don't know what it's about, but it's Harlequin 358 in the American Romance, which are no longer published. Melanie Quinn is going back to her childhood home to the bucolic Harvest Lake where the wild iris grow. She envisions 3 months of lazy summer days and long peaceful nights. But that isn't what Aunt Reba has in mind for her niece. As soon as Melanie arrives, Aunt Reba is secretly playing matchmaker, pairing Melanie with the local DA, Eric Channing, volunteering her for charity work, and just when Melanie thinks it can't get any worse, her stepsister descends upon her in a whirlwind. Nothing is the way Melanie planned it to be, especially Eric, a man whose small-town virtue belies his thirst for danger. So, if I pick up anything else, I'll let you guys know. If not, that is my really big and long video of currently reading, what I read, and what I will be reading this month. If you stuck around this long, please give me a like and comment, and hopefully you're subscribed, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.